Welcome everyone back to another Boldcast reaction. I'm Carson.
I'm Lindsay.
And this is Heavenly Delusion episode 8. Leave a like and subscribe. We're going to see what's going on with the doctor this episode. Hope you enjoy. Let's go. A lot of crazy stuff going on. Oh no.
Oh no. Oh. I thought she was gonna like just crack her entire head open from that. What? Violence is wrong, no violence. They start freaking out even though they literally threw a rock.
The guy's missing an arm. She really messed herself up. What, to storm the place?
This guy seemed really sketchy to me.
Maybe this is a little too far. Oh, they got people there. Whoa.
Whoa. Actually works really good if he can like. Looks like the same like disease.
This is not as extreme as we were thinking.
Oh.
It's like the sun at the
Former
end.
humans who died from a disease that
That makes sense.
Like the little
nugget.
You can't get rid of it. Just like cutting off every part that it gets infected.
Whoa.
Whoa. こちらの声も 聞こえている.
Why not? Or she'll turn into a monster?
Yeah.
Then, like in a second, in 5 minutes?
俺たちも手伝うから。それができないなら俺もやらない。よし、そっとだ。そっと打つ。そっと。それは彼女の近くに。分かった。あとこれもそばに置いてくれ。こっちはしばらく彼女の耳が聞こえなくなるから、お前が彼女の視界に入ってやってくれ。
Again, the blue eyes too.
Did the other ones have blue eyes? I thought they had like black or gray eyes. The other
forget.
people that had the disease.
Maybe
It might
doesn't-
just not matter.
It might just not matter.
ごめんごめん。バカって。階段はどこもダメだ。とうとうこの時が来た。おーい。
Whoa! She's probably not even dead.
Yeah, she's probably not dead. And
Oh
that was
my God,
their
if they
guy on the
kill all these
inside,
people-
right?
I'm not sure. Yeah, like all of these people, they're just like actually getting help. No, 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 just leave that. I thought that they were gonna get overtaken by the time that it took to grab that little toy. Okay, now just do this quickly.
なんか騒がしいぞ。放っておけ。怪物になった方が楽だったかもしれないのに、長い間辛い思いをさせてしまったな。
Probably just thank you. Or what?
宇佐美、これ。
全員いるか？他に怪我したやつはいないか？先生、ご無 無事で。連中、水橋が死んだとか。すぐに電源を奪還しないと星尾さんが。
Oh.
もう死んだ。まさかあいつらに。いや、彼女は人の授業で死んだ。ここに集落があるはずだ。落ちるまでに行けるか。先生は一緒じゃないんですか。俺は彼女を埋葬してからガードと一緒に後を追う。先に行っててくれ。
He's gonna tag along too?
こんなことになったんだよ
So they were able to get in.
構わん。あのビルの設備は彼女のために作ったものだ。もう必要ない。
な。でも怪我人があんたに見てほしい人が。
もともと2人で住んでいたんだが、怪我人が迷い込んできて、気まぐれで義手を作ってやったらいつの間にかどんどん集まってきて。そうだ、俺が何か作っていると、彼女が喜ぶんだ。だから作ったんだ。だから俺は一社じゃない。素晴らしい。俺は未来を手に入れたぞ。
Now he's got all the technology.
力があればここに街を作れる。この壊れた世界の新しい文化を。
If he just gets pushed out, like all this, like.
幼稚な派閥ごっこは終わり
So
だ。
another one that's
こ
down
こか
there.
ら始める。
They missed
One that I
one.
missed. Uh-oh.
Well, so long.
このグードルッキングガーイは稲崎先生じゃないの？
ああ、そうだ。こっちは稲崎
They
先生。
actually know him. I wasn't expecting that.
ゴタゴタしだすよりもっと前だから2年くらい前かな。ある日何にも言わずにふっといなくなっちゃったんだ。
先生の技術を勉強してた。
もう人を死なせないんだとか言って熱心な人だった。
ロビンだ。絶対ロビンだ。やっぱり生きてた。会わなくては。
お姉ちゃん、宇佐美のガードするの？
ああ、成り行き上そんな形になってるな。
していいしね。
そりゃ聞くさ、聞くよ。
はいはい。まだかな、宇佐美。
Yeah. Oh no.
This is a whole episode?
Yeah.
I felt like it was like 5 minutes long.
Whoa. Didn't think that they would fully show that.
マル。
ロビンとも逆だな。俺の手は死しか生まねえな。
バカ。そんなこと言うなよ。 なこと言うな。お前が人食いを殺せば人が食われなくなって命が助かるだろう。どうしてどうして真っ白なお姫さん、今夜も夢を見て僕らだけの
Should have seen that. A cave?
なんだろうな、ここ暗いな。なんだか嫌だな。
Is this her becoming a man-eater?
怖いな。来てくれたんだ。じゃあ怖くない。
Weird. Was that her dream, maybe? 'Cause she keeps having all these crazy dreams.
何一人でニヤニヤしてるの？なんだかわからないけど幸せな気分になる夢を見た。どんな？もうよく覚えてない。
What the hell does that mean?
Interesting. I was gonna say it was interesting to go 2 full episodes without seeing the school, but then we just see it here at the end of some super cryptic dream nonsense that, now I have to think about that and wait a whole other week before we actually can get into any of it at all.
Yeah, that was crazy. So, man-eaters are people. That's why they're probably these kids, right?
I guess just what I'm wondering is, like, with this facility, like, yeah, they have the baby man-eaters, but then at the same time they were trying, like, everything to stop that one kid from getting sick, and then they were surprised when they found the little man-eater thing inside. Like, they didn't know what it was. They'd never seen it before. So it's really interesting because it could be that they are, like, turning these like our original theory of, like, it's the man-eater babies that they are, like, making become people, and then that could be them reverting back to their natural state. But then, like, how does that relate outside of this facility to some people who are getting that? Is it genetic? Is it, in the past or the future, like, something happened that, like, caused that? Like, how do they get infected with that? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't know.
And then, yeah, we were talking about before how everyone who had that so far had, like, looked relatively the same, but then we saw this girl in this episode and she had blue eyes, but then I realized that was the guy's eye, not hers, so we don't know what she looked like before, or whether that even has anything to do with it. It's just suspicious that we've seen so many people with that and they all look the same.
And then what's the serum about that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what I was going to talk about as well. It's like, okay, so Maru can do this, but then what's this gonna do if he, like, if he goes to Tokyo and he shoots her up with this, then what will that do to her? Will that revert her into a man-eater, or will that, like, is it somehow a cure, or, like, you know what I mean? It's still so mysterious. Like, every step of the way, it's just like they give us something and it's like, oh wow, this is a really a unique thing, and then it's just like, I have no idea. And it's interesting as well because I wonder if Maru, like, because if he can just detect who has that by touching them.
Yeah.
Like, if he could just go around and eliminate a
everybody?
bunch of man-eaters preemptively, or if he would find that everyone has it to some degree, or I wonder what they would find if they could just do that.
Yeah, I don't know. And we still don't know what the end goal is. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, because they don't really know what they're doing. They're just trying to find the place, and we don't know still what the scientists want. I would be really interested to see them possibly experimenting on the little man-eater egg or core or whatever. Or even what that one guy who found out that it was Tokyo who was in that room, like what if there's any punishments or consequences, or like how they handle that, because she knows something that she's not supposed to know. And then also how the whole facility is like, seemingly trying to like set up the kids together in couples, or like covering up all of their activities, them sneaking around and stuff. It's covering that up. So like what, there's just like, it's like everyone has like a different motive or like a different goal, but you don't know what any of them are.
Yeah.
You can just see the actions that like are being taken and have to interpret them to the best that you can. But this was a sad episode, and it felt so short.
It did, yeah.
Interesting though that he was able to keep her alive for so long just by like removing the affected bits.
Yeah.
It's kind of crazy. And that he figured all of that out. And through that was able to help a bunch of other people. But that was never his goal. And then these fucking assholes that are just like, they have this whole thing, and I guess it turns out that their leader was just delusional. She was just crazy and was like, they took my leg for no reason, even though that's just not what happened, but just didn't want to admit that. And then this other guy was sort of like puppeteering her around, and then after she died, then he immediately takes charge and is like, because their whole thing, she was like, technology is bad, machines are bad, we don't need that. They roll in there and then they're like, oh, electricity, amazing, we're gonna live in the comforts that we like shunned these other people for having.
Yeah.
It's so bad.
Total
Which is
grifter.
like, they didn't even care about their cause at all. They were just like whipped up into a frenzy and just following whatever, you know?
Yeah, and then they probably killed the leader, because we saw like,
I
don't
was
think she
thinking
died
that.
from getting hit on the head. Somebody could die from that, so it's like ambiguous, right?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too, because she was in there. They take her in there with barely anyone there, and then suddenly they come out, oh, she's dead.
Yeah.
And she could have died from that, but I kind of think that it's more likely
That they killed
especially
her when she was
how
alone.
fast they were to like kill that other guy too. Like they wouldn't have had a problem with that.
Yeah, but I like that it's not said 100% either way. Like, we see her get clearly hurt really bad from that. So, and it's totally, that's something that people could die from.
Yeah.
But they don't confirm it either way, and they leave you a little bit like, oh, well, they were all in the room, and the way they're all like sitting over her, like, and then the guy comes in, and they're all like in shadow, and then he just takes control, and then there's a huge switch up. Well, not really a switch up, but just like an escalation. And then he doesn't, and she seemed to be delusional, but very concerned with technology being a problem, and you obviously scarred from losing her limb, and with all the trauma that goes along with that, and she reacted to it in a terrible way. But I think that she was legitimately, there wasn't a hidden motivation behind it, but the other guys clearly, at least the main guy is obviously, as according to his speech, he's like, oh, a new culture. It's like, okay, you're total.
We can rebuild in this city that we were just saying was falling down and we didn't need like 2 days ago. And that's what's interesting as well. Just like of the people that were there, the people that were in the doctor's place that had all their, prosthetic mechanical limbs and stuff, like they were all like a much more cohesive group who just wanted to survive and wanted what's best for themselves and each other. And then this group just had nothing better to do, and I think they kind of said that it's like they don't even believe in anything. They're just they don't have anything else to do. They don't want to do anything else. They're just following along with whatever cause is accessible to them, and then they switch it up at a moment's notice.
Exactly. I really liked the episode. It was really sad. Very, very sad. And yeah, Maru being really upset and like not wanting to be helpful, but then just like trying to be helpful, but then just like all he did was kill this girl, and then the other person just kills themselves because of that, and he feels responsible, and he just feels like he can't actually do anything, like,
Mm-hmm.
And
it's just like, yeah, what? And then it's like with the realization, like, oh yeah, the man-eaters are people, or people are man-eaters, or like, there's not really a line in between it. Mm-hmm. And people can turn into them, and then it's like, okay, every man-eater that he's killed thinking it was just like this crazy monster, was that, like, do you count that as a person at that point? You know what I mean? It's interesting to think about, I guess.
I just don't know where this is gonna go at this point. It's the more we learn, the more confused I am about the timeline and everything. Like it makes me think more and more that all the stuff in heaven is happening like way before, and the reason that all of these man eaters are out and it's all spread is because they escaped and they got out, and now it's spread to everyone else, and that was the cataclysm. And it was
them like breaking out of there.
Yeah, whether it's Mina, the AI, creating and corrupting the whole man-eater human experimentation process. They're like trying to create these like perfect humans in a modern age, like a Vault Tech thing, and then because of all this interference with the AI, then it causes them to like escape, and then all of this research about the man-eaters gets out, and then it spreads to other people. And it just collapses, and this whole like instant collapse could be from the AI like getting like closed circuit TV, like CCTV. It's like a camera system, but it can't be monitored from outside. It can only be recorded onto like a specific place, and the whole point is so that it can't be hacked, and then you can't like other people can't view it. It's just like in this building. Mm-hmm. That's like what's going on with the AI, where it's just enclosed in this network of this whole system, and it wants to get out. It wants to escape. So that maybe it escaping just caused all of this mayhem and caused the collapse. This has been a theory that is kind of obvious from the beginning, but the more we learn and with how confusing the whole man-eater stuff is, I just don't know. But the fact that, yeah, it is spreading and there's just more and more, and they seem to be originating from there. And all this talk of escape, all this talk of like awakening and stuff like that, it all feels like it's reinforcing that idea. The only problem is with when that one kid died, they said, year 17 or whatever of this little era of time.
Yeah.
So that makes you think that it's 17 years after, in which case this would be 2 years before that. And so, but that's the only sort of evidence that's leaning towards that, and it could not mean that. Like the 10A17 could mean something else.
Yeah.
So it's hard to say.
It's hard to say because a lot of it points to that taking place before, but then at the same time, when they talk about, someone who looks like you coming to break you out of there, then that makes it seem like they're either in the same time or in the future, because like we haven't gotten there yet, Yeah. And then at the same time, there was that thing that came in the test on Tokyo's test that was like, do you want to leave? And I guess now that makes sense that was probably Mina.
Yeah.
Like adding that into there. But at first we thought someone from the outside was like hacking in. Mm-hmm. So yeah, it's still so mysterious, and it's crazy that we can be 8 episodes in and still really no closer,
but still not feel like it's intentional.
Yeah, I don't feel like they're just dragging it out and like making it as mysterious. And the thing is, like, they're not really piling in more mysteries either, and I think that that's a good thing. They're revealing more information that sometimes makes it a little bit clearer or a little bit less clear, but it's like you're in the eye doctor and they're like slotting the like number 1 or number 2. Yeah. Like it's like they're doing that to you, like, here's this bit of information, okay, now maybe it's leaning more towards this theory. Oh no, here's this other bit of information, okay, now we're back the other way. Okay, now I think this theory is a bit better.
Yeah.
And it's doing it in a way that keeps it entertaining and keeps you kind of on the edge of your seat, because you still don't know what's going to happen, and there's so many things, but none that I'm never confused with this show, really. Like, I think that that's a big thing, is I'm never like, I don't even know what's going on.
Yeah.
I might as well not even think about it, because it's so crazy that I could never imagine it. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like there's always something every episode that gives me a little something to think about. whether it's on the right track or not. And
it
I
also
like
feels
that.
like there's an answer to find.
And yeah, the way that it's been set up thus far, I still, every episode, trust that these things are happening for a reason, and I believe that this could have a good ending.
Yeah.
Because it's just well written in the first place, and like, it's just been so good. Like,
I just really hope we get the next season.
I know.
And not 5 years from now, but hopefully like next year.
Or just that they don't just cancel it off because
Yeah.
it wasn't as popular. Like, it's still so good. Or that they don't try to finish it off in one season and like just like promise Neverland season 2, like the last 2 episodes of this or something.
Yeah. But yeah, really good episode. Thanks for watching. Leave a like and subscribe. We'll see you guys next week. I'm Carson.
I'm Lindsay.
Bye-bye.